Inside the Huddle with Natalie Holbrook from ClaxonSports.com. Sponsored by Main Street Station Restaurant.
I'm Natalie Holbrook here on Inside the Huddle. Today we are taking it back out to Riverview, but today we're taking it to the track and field. We're going to be talking to both coaches. First up is Coach Andrews. Second up is Coach Philabaum, talking about the upcoming season with the Riverview Black Bears. I'm here with Coach Andrews. Coach, you are the boys' track coach. Tell me what you're looking at this season.
Well, we have a very young squad this year. We have a couple good upperclassmen returning, led by Cale Summers and Micah Hardesty. Other than that, we're pretty young. We had a good group the last couple years, coming off a MVL title 2 years ago, and a pretty good year last year with the competitive as the league is, but looks like for a good season.
Absolutely, and with those younger kids, we were just talking about you guys are looking to get growth out of the season. Let's talk about your field events. You have some kids in there, so tell me what's going on.
Yeah, kind of all those are pretty young too.
Yeah.
That's probably one of our areas that we got to see the most improvement from. We got new pole vaulters, new long jumpers, new throwers. We lost some good kids, like I say, and I think that's probably one of the areas we got to grow the most for us to have a successful season. So just getting them out here and getting us nice weather, hopefully, we can get them by the end of the season being pretty good.
Right, and coming off of that, you guys also have sprinters. Tell me about those guys.
Sprinters were a little more solid. Parker Andrews, like right now, has been leading the area in the 100 and 200, and he's pretty good in our relays. We have a really strong 4x4 team coming back with all the kids returning. And then probably the other strong thing for us is our 4x8 relay team. That's a really good squad with all those guys returning. And then we have some young guys once again, and those areas like pushing them for those positions. So, like I said, it's mainly it's a really young team, a lot of quality kids, especially the freshman sophomore group. Just young. Boys, it's a huge difference
Right.
for teenage boys, 14 and 15-year-olds versus 17, 18-year-olds. So
Absolutely, and I'm sure it helps you out as a coach to be able to sit back and look at your seniors and be like, yeah, you know what, we have good leaders out there that are going to help those boys be able to grow. So I'm sure that is reassuring as a coach for you. And let's talk about your distance. What do you got out there?
Distance, Micah is probably the leader of that, and Landon Cochran will also be in that. Trey Schold. We got a pretty good guys coming back. We also added Brody Stevens, who was one of my soccer players. He's more of a middle distance guy, but he showed a lot of promise from not being in track.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to get some of what I call those diamonds in the rough, people that haven't done it and came out. So
yeah,
looking forward to a good all-around team. So
yeah. And Coach, for my final question, I'm just going to ask you. What are you looking to get out of this season?
I just want to see the growth. Like I said, we know that we just don't have a lot of upperclassmen, so just trying to progress along the season with the good quality meets we're in, and just trying to show improvement. That's really what it all comes down to with this group.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we look forward to covering you this season, and thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
That was Coach Andrews, and coming up next, we got Coach Philabaum, girls head coach. Stay tuned for more here on Inside the Huddle.
This is Coshocton County. This is our home. And when something unexpected happens, it's nice to know that excellent care is right here in our neighborhood. At Coshocton Regional Medical Center, we understand that injuries and illnesses are never convenient. And that's why we're making it easier than ever to get care when you need it at our urgent care in Coshocton and our walk-in clinics in Warsaw and Newcomerstown. Be seen today at Coshocton Regional Medical Center, where care matters most.
I'm here with Coach Philabaum. Coach, we're starting out your track season. Tell me what you're looking at here.
So we're looking at a pretty good season moving ahead. We got a lot of veterans coming back. We are young though, so for those girls that are on the team, just having good leadership and teaching those young ones what to expect while they're out here at track and field and how to progress them into the upcoming season.
Absolutely. And let's kind of split up and talk about these specific kids. You do have some seniors. Go ahead and brag on them.
Yeah, so I have returning lettermen and seniors. I have Kylie Miller, Alyssa Fox, Ashlyn Tumblin, and Taryn Tumblin. All 4 of those are great leaders. They show great sportsmanship when we're out here on the track, and we look good with our relays. And Kylie's one of our hurdlers and our field event people, so she also does long jump. So looks really good for our girls.
Absolutely. And talking about those field events, what are you looking at with those kids?
Hopefully we're looking at least moving pretty far into tournaments, especially our relays. Our relays look pretty good this year, so I think that, we should at least get to regionals and
Right.
and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get out to state.
Right, absolutely. And talk about your distance people.
Distance, we actually have a pretty good-sized distance team this year. Our distance program usually is a little smaller. I also coach cross-country, so getting those kids in from cross-country to join the track team and then building that distance program has really helped this season.
Yeah, and that's definitely exciting for you, coming from cross-country to be able to help those kids. I'm sure is reassuring as a coach to be like, yep, those kids, I know them, and they're going to go out there and they're going to have a blast and have a great time.
Yes, absolutely. And our distance coaches are Heather Cochran and Jessie Cochran, which are my assistant coaches for cross country. So, they know the program for cross country, they know the program for track. So it's just, transitioning over everything into the shorter mileage and preparing them for distance.
Right. And tell me about your sprinters coach.
Sprinters. Wow, we've got a lot of sprinters. That's usually the biggest event that we have for track and field.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got quite a few. We've got some young ones, really surprised with how they're handling everything, especially the harder workouts. They've stuck around. That's a good thing. Usually after the first couple weeks, we lose a few here and there just because I don't know if it's too hard or, they get too sore and they're like, I don't like this. But yeah, we've got some young ones that are really progressing just even since the beginning of the season when we started. So that makes Vince and I very happy about the way that we're going to move on.
Right. I mean, for any coach, that is exciting to see that happening in your program. And, Vince talked about his young kids. You've talked about yours. But what are you looking to really get out of those young kids this year?
So I think for me, it's just teaching them, how track and field works. Getting them to come back into it next year. The good thing with track and field is you have multiple events.
Yes.
So you can usually get kids in anything. Mm-hmm. We want them to try everything. Some of them say, I want to try this, I want to try that, but then they won't do it. But we don't know whether they're good at it until they try it.
Exactly.
So that's the good thing about this. We just got multiple events we can put them in and see what they can excel in.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to covering you this season.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Inside the Huddle from ClaxonSports.com. Sponsored by Coshocton Regional Medical Center.